Welcome everybody to our channel. This is Caroline at Create Your Future. For those of you who are new, we are so happy that you've joined us. Everyone else, so nice to see you again. Guys, here we talk about the law of assumption and how to manifest the best life we possibly can, how to recreate people, specifically, usually specific person, and anything in general, right? It could be work, it could be school, it could be exams, it could be body image, it could be health, it could be any type of relationship improvement in relationship with friends, co-workers, family, most importantly, with your specific person. We have in the box below the link for the free course on how to identify your blocks and manifest anything fast. For those of you who don't have it, just click on it and we'll email it to you. You also have the links for the one-on-one coaching with me, the links for the pre-recorded hypnosis tracks that are still on sale, 50% off if you use the coupon code SAVE50, which is SAVE50, and also a large number of affirmation tracks. You have all the titles listed on the website. These are titles with specific topics, and each one has one topic with tons of intentions and affirmation that you can listen to on a loop, and it's very powerful. It's very powerful to saturate your mind and stay on track. Now, new service is that I now offer one-on-one hypnosis therapy session. So you would have to book one regular session with me so we know what we're talking about. And then the second session will be the actual live one-on-one hypnosis. And they are, great tool because they put you in that trance, in that state of extremely deep relaxation. And once you're there, we do bypass the resistance, the blocks, and we have like a direct access to the subconscious mind where we imprint the new story, the new self-concept, the new intentions, the new affirmations, and that will rewire your brain. And as you know, whatever lies in your consciousness is projected, is mirrored in your 3D reality. So if you want to change certain things in your life, this is a great tool to do so. All right, so let's get into the question of the subscriber. It's about family pressure. What can we do when we are involved with the families that are always complaining and not wanting to be there? It's not comfortable. Okay, so that ties in with the video from last week. It's we were talking about when friends want you to do things and you feel forced and you have that peer pressure that does not suit you. So for the families, when you have to deal with your family members and they're not on the same page as you are, when you feel, for instance, here, you feel that you're doing your own spiritual work, you're on your own path with the law of assumption, and your family members are not there. And now you hear them complain, you hear them, take you or trying to convince you, or not even listening to you, but take you to a place where the beliefs don't match yours. And therefore, as a result, you cannot be yourself. So that's not comfortable. But anytime you're not yourself, it's not comfortable. And again, it goes back to the fact that you are compromising yourself. So, I want you to look at this from a standpoint of love. They're your family members and you probably love them, even though you don't agree with everything, you don't see eye to eye, and maybe they're not accepting of you. They're not accepting of your open mind. They're not accepting the fact that maybe you have point of views that differ from them, or your lifestyle. Maybe your lifestyle is completely different from theirs. So, you can approach it with an energy of being annoyed, and an energy of resistance, an energy of maybe even battling, arguing, fighting them, or just that you may zip it while you're with them, but it's like almost a moment of sacrifice, that you have to sacrifice yourself. And when you do so, you compromise yourself. You're not being yourself, right? So what do we do? Well, we go back to the law of assumption. Okay, again, they are a projection of your consciousness. So they're not real, essentially. They're not real. They are just they're a hologram, and they're playing the roles that you have assigned them to. So I know it's a hard pill to swallow, because now you're still confronted with what you call this reality, and you don't really know how to handle it. So there are different approaches. You can go straight to the law of assumption and do affirmations saying, well, my family members is open-minded. They support my spiritual views, even though they're not the same as theirs. They support my lifestyle, even though they do have a completely different lifestyle. My family members are very comfortable with me being different. All my family members are very, go with the flow type of people. Because why? Because they love me so much that they are able to oversee the fact that we're different. They are able to see beyond the fact that they raised me a certain way and now I'm living my life a different way. So you can start having such affirmations. So in a way, you're recreating them, right? But you're recreating your assumptions of them. So try to start seeing them as people who are capable. Because what are you saying? What is the belief underneath all this? The belief is, well, they're closed-minded, they'll never change, they're stuck in their ways. It's a generation thing. They're stuck with the old ways, but think about it. At the end of the day, this is a story. This is still a story that you're telling yourself. And these are just beliefs and assumptions, but they're not real and they can be changed. And of course, as you know, how do you change them? It's from within, from inside, right? So know for a fact that you're not forced to do anything. I'm looking at my notes, see if she said anything else. Yeah, you're not forced to do anything. She asked you, how should I feel about myself? And how should I make people feel, how could I make people feel good about themselves? It's part of the question. How should I feel about myself? Well, what you should feel about yourself is that you have to change how you position yourself in that dynamic of the family group, right? So you are going there right now with the energy of, I'm different and I am not comfortable because now I have to deal with their complaining and their views and their point of views and their lifestyles that is either opposite or so different from mine. So you change that within you. You change your attitude. You change your position. What do you want? How do you want to show up? Well, what would feel comfortable? Because you keep on saying here you're not comfortable. So what would make you comfortable? Well, what would make me comfortable is when I see my family. You know what? Maybe we don't talk about those issues. Maybe the difference of spirituality, lifestyle, point of views don't even matter. Because when we're together, we just have fun. We just laugh, we joke around, we mess around, we just have fun conversations. So right there, that could be a different approach. Or you can say, well, I'm always comfortable around them because they're very open-minded. Now, if that seems too far-fetched, you go down a few notch and you start to find a way to see them in a better light that would lead you then to help them completely change their attitude. See, you don't have, if you too fast make them completely different from what you're used to see, then you can create a little bit of resistance because you're going to tell yourself, well, that's not true. I mean, why would they suddenly have an open mind when they have been set in their ways for generations and generations? So you bring yourself up to that point in baby steps, in stages. It's like, okay, what could be more plausible? What can you relate to? What can you work with that will lead you to that direction? And then you do progressively. Sometimes it's better to do it progressively, and it takes a little more time than going straight to the point if it's too hard for you, because then it's going to be counterproductive. You're not going to be able to get there. There are things where you can just say right away, the opposite, like make a 180-degree turn and say, oh, they were closed-minded, now they're open-minded. For you, it's easy to accept that change in terms of you changing your beliefs because it comes from you. So then do it. But if it's not, then you find ways to bring yourself to this, and by finding assumptions and certain new sentences that will lead you to this end result. Okay, and then how can I make people feel good about themselves? Well, internally. You start internally, as always. So you want them to feel good about themselves. Oh, okay, I guess you're saying this because you were saying earlier that they complain. So you can say, you have to be creative. So you could say, I love to visit my family because we have such interesting conversations when we're together. We can really dive deep into what bothers them, and the main complaints can be like the main subject of conversation, and then from there we evolve, and we have such an amazing way of communicating that we can navigate through those complaints and see the light at the end of the tunnel, see a conclusion, see a better outcome, and they're very receptive. So yeah, now you can see your family members as being mature enough, intelligent enough to be open to work through the complaint. And then as they work through those complaints with your help, because you know how to do it, as a powerful manifester, you bring them to a place where they feel that they don't have to complain anymore, because now they have a new point of view, a new perception, and that makes them feel better about themselves. So, and then you can just say, I love to visit my family members because like every time I see them, I see such a change. I see them feel better and better about themselves, because now they are complaining, true, but you too, you are complaining that they are complaining. So what are you doing? You're reinforcing that story, which you see in your 3D reality. You see how it works? So start with you, as always start with you. Now, who are you? I am the person with this great family that's easy to talk to. I am the person with my family members, they have so much respect for me. They love me so much, and vice versa, that when we get together, it's easy to have conversation. It's easy to communicate. The communications are fluid. And from those fluid, intelligent, productive conversations, we manage to work through what bothers them through their problems, their complaints, and they are very willing to feel better. So they look forward for me to show up and have those conversations. And then also always bring the aspect of fun, bring the aspect of when we're together, the atmosphere is light, is funny, because if you start seeing them in the funny light, that's a much better energy than the complaining, dark, heavy light that's what you have in your mind when you think of them. And since when you think of them, you have this dark energy, heavy energy, right? Of they complain, they're closed-minded. You're projecting this into your reality. So you need to bring within the other energy, the light, beautiful, bright, fun energy. When people say they want to have an SP in their life and they want that SP to be bubbly. I love that word, bubbly. What does that mean? Think of a bubble, bubbles, like the kids when we were even the adults, when we blow bubbles, the soap bubbles, and they're pretty. They are clear, but they float, and they have all those different colors, and the colors change as they're floating, and they're light, they're happy. Like bubbles make people happy usually. I mean, like when kids play with them, and adults do. I don't know. Bubbles make people happy. A bubbly personality make people happy. People seek those bubbly personalities. So think of the energy that comes with it. It's a light energy. Think of the energy of complaining. It's heavy energy. It's not fun. So you change that. It's like you have a mental picture of your family members, and you picture them like in, let's say, black, dark, and you in your mind you visualize, that's how I've been seeing them, that's how I've been projecting them, as a dark energy type of people. And now I'm erasing it, and I'm seeing them as, like the floating bubbles, soap bubbles. Now they're clear, and they're full of colors, and they're floating around, and they're happy, and they're laughing. And this is the energy, this is the visualization, this is what I am copying from my mind and pasting onto them, and that's what I am seeing. This is what I am experiencing when I am with them. You change this. You change it from within, always. And let me know. And let me know how it goes with your family members, because this answer applies to all of you guys who want to change your specific person, because your relationship is not of quality. A lot of people who come to us in coaching, either they don't have the SP and they want to bring the SP, or they have the SP, but the quality of the relationship, it's not what they want, right? Otherwise, they wouldn't be calling for coaching, of course. I know many of you have great relationships. That's not what I'm saying. But for those who need help with the quality of the relationship and they complain about their specific person, pay attention to your complaints, because when we do that, we put the blame on the person, on a specific person. It's like, this specific person, this and that, and complain. We're the same thing. Dark energy. And you perpetuate the problem, or you even make it worse. Start letting go of this, like your bag, you drop, poof, and then you pick up another bag, a light bag. That bag now is so light, and you open the bag, and how does a specific person come out of that bag? It's a bubbly specific person, a cool specific person, and go with the flow type of person, a supporting, open-minded specific person who loves you and loves you so much. All right. Okay, guys, that's my video for today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the thumbs up, for subscribing, for sharing, and do not hesitate, as always, to put comments in the box, in the comment section. Ask questions. I will continue to answer them. All right, have a beautiful week. Love you all. Bye.